Start waking up the chi. Start tapping the top of the head. Coming onto the back of the head, back of the neck, and top of the spine. And coming as far down the spine as you can reach. And coming back up one more time, down the sides of the head, onto the sides of the neck. And coming back up again, and we'll work our way down the forehead. And just gently on the closed eyes. And coming onto the cheeks. A little bit around the mouth. And coming up to the temples. And then we'll just slowly work our way down that jawline and out towards the chin. And tilting the head up. Gently tapping the front of the neck and throat. You're working our way down and onto the thoracic. We'll do a few kind of sighing, whatever sound feels good to kind of release here. We'll do it together. So go ahead and exhale. Inhale. Couple more. And one more. Nice. And onto the tops of the shoulders. Start digging in a little more here. And coming onto the other side. Digging in, starting to deepen the breath. And we'll come down onto the chest. And really filling the lungs here. And allowing that exhale to support releasing whatever it is that we have to release. And coming onto the belly and making some circles on the belly. Really bringing that breath down into the belly. So really pushing the belly out against the hands. And reversing directions. And a few taps on the sides. And then coming to the lower back. So we're waking up the kidneys a little bit here, waking up our water elements. So just kind of tapping around the lower back a little bit. Still with the nice deep breaths. And bring that into the belly. And then coming as far up the lower back as you can reach onto the adrenals. Deep breath in. And exhale down. And onto the sacrum. And one more time. Deep breath into the upper kidneys. And exhale down. And then coming onto the glutes. Waking up the chi of the legs. And working our way down the backs of the legs. Coming up the front side. Working our way down the outside of the legs. And coming up the inside. And one more time, backside down. And the front side coming up. The outside of the legs, working our way down. Inside of the legs coming up. A few times on the hip crease. And then we'll come on to one hand. Coming up the inside of the arm, over the top of the shoulder, down that back side. Coming up the back side, over the top of the shoulder, down the inside. Lifting the arm up, coming down the front. And digging into the armpit. Breathing into that space. Deep breath in. Exhale down that side of the body. One more time, deep breath into the armpit. Exhale down. And the other side. Coming up the inside over the top of the shoulder, down that back side. Coming up the back side, over the top of the shoulder, down the inside. Lifting that arm up, coming down the front. And again, digging into the armpit. And deep breath in. Exhale down. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale down. And we'll do some bouncing. So just kind of bouncing on the heels here. Staying with a nice deep breath. And just allowing any tension, anything that you really don't need to carry anymore, just to kind of move with the breath. Just like alleviating the system. This can be a wonderful practice just to clear. If you have some energies in your system that need to be cleared, you can do this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes and you will feel a difference. If you do this for more than 5 minutes, for sure, I guarantee you will feel different in your system afterwards. And bringing the hands out to the sides, relaxing the wrists. And up above the head. Coming out front. Going down again. And we'll let go of the heel bouncing, leaning back, open the chest, nice deep breath. Leaning forward, open the back. Nice deep breath here. And turning to one side. The other side. And coming back to center. One more breath. And stop. Just noticing for a moment, for a couple breaths. Just being present with what's happening in your system. Thoughts, emotions, physical sensations. We'll touch into standing posture just briefly. So our toes are pointed forward, our feet are parallel to one another. Slight bend in the back of the knee. So just like unlocking the knee. We don't want the knee totally locked. So we're just unlocking the knee just to allow that chi flow down through the legs. Little tug to the top of the crown. Just kind of pulling the head and neck upwards. Slight dropping of the pelvis just to allow that lengthening of the spine, and then a little space between the elbows and the torso, and just allowing the hands and fingers to hang. It's our posture of being relaxed and also ready at the same time. It's a place of effortless effort. So we'll open with 3 breaths, bringing down the heavens, inhaling the arms up to the sides, turning the hands to face the heavens, gathering, palms facing downwards. Exhale, just allowing the system to settle, releasing down and out the bottoms of the feet. And 2 more, inhale up, turning to the heavens, gather, and exhale. And one more. Turning up to the heavens, gather. Palms facing down, exhale. All right, so a little bit of massage to the back of the neck. And then we're going to go ahead and hold the back of the neck. And we're going to do a few releasing breaths here. And so we're going to, we're going to inhale and then puff the cheeks out and then blow out. So we'll wait for Rosary just 1 second here. So we're going to inhale, puff the cheeks out, and then just blow, release. Little massage to the back of the neck. Wherever you feel that tension, just kind of giving yourself some love here. And then holding the back of the neck. Inhale. One more massage. Just allowing the tension in the back of the neck to release a little bit. And then we'll go ahead, hold the neck one more time. Inhale. Bringing the hands up over the shoulders, palms facing up. We're going to make the sound wah as we clean here. So inhale, bringing the hands up. Wah. Settle just for a moment. Take that breath in. And just feel that releasing, that downward releasing movement. And bringing the hands above the shoulders. Inhale up. Again, breathe. And one more time. Inhale up. Settle, breathe. And moving right into the belly space, the large intestine. So on that lower right hand, we're going to inhale up across to that left side, down that left side, pull to middle, and then turn the hands over, exhale, pushing down. So we're going to do that fast now. Cool. Settle just for that moment. And do one more kind of releasing here, making the healing sound for the lungs. So bringing the hands up to the lungs, and the sound is like a snake sound. So like a, so that's the sound we're going to make, and we're visualizing like light coming into the lungs and then releasing through the nose. The nose is the sense organ of the lungs and the metal element. And so it's like as we're making that sound, we're releasing that stuck energy through the nose. So we're purifying the lungs and the metal element, releasing through the nose. And so exhale, inhale, 2 more, one more. So lowering the hand, inhale that left hand up and coming across that right side, bringing that right hand up and across the left side. Just settling the field, settling the energy, settling the chi of the lungs. Just allowing your breath to move in a natural way that feels good for you. And one more on each side. Coming back to standing posture. Inhale, arms up halfway, bending the knees, dropping into the stance a little bit. Exhale down. So like wings. Turning to the right side, halfway up. The left side, halfway up. We'll do the right side coming all the way over the head. And then exhale, turning back to center, releasing down center. All the way up over the head to the left side. Turning back to center, releasing down through center. And so turning to that right side, bringing that right hand underneath the lungs and the left hand up over the lungs. Bring that right foot up, stepping out to that right side, toe pointed out to the right, and then bring that right hand out, left hand behind you. And there's going to be a little bit of slide of that back foot as we come over the top. So there's an exhale there, and then a big inhale. Gather, pull that into the lungs. And then exhale, just breathing into that lung space for a moment. Take a couple breaths like you're filling the lungs with a crystalline white chi. And take a breath in. Exhale down. And again, halfway up. Little bend of the knees. Exhale. Halfway up again. Exhale down. This time turning to the left. Inhale halfway up. Exhale back to center. To the right. And back to center. Inhale left all the way overhead. And exhale, turning back to center, settling. And one more time to the right. Exhale, centering. And then here, we're going to bring that left hand under the lungs, right hand above the lungs, shift the weight onto that right foot. Bring that left foot up, stepping out to that left side. Left hand comes out, right hand behind you, and then sliding that back foot in, coming over the top, and then a big inhale. And settling into that lung space. Feeling the lungs fill with chi. Just breathing in crystalline white light. And feel the lungs nourished. And on your next exhale, lowering the hands. We'll do one more on each side, halfway up. And then to the right, halfway up. And left, halfway up. All the way over the head to the right. Turning back to center. onto the left, back to center. And this time turning to the right, right hand underneath, left hand above, stepping that right foot out, bringing that right hand underneath, left hand behind you. Exhale as you pull that back foot in. Big inhale. Settle into that space. Settle into the breath. And one more breath in. Exhale, release. We'll do one more halfway up. Halfway up again. And the time turning to the left, halfway. And the right. All the way overhead to the left. Coming back to center. Overhead to the right. Turning back into. And then bringing that hand underneath, right hand up. Stepping out to the left side. Bring that left hand out in front of you, right hand behind you. Exhale as you come across, sliding that back foot in. Big inhale. And again, settling. Breathing into the lung space. Just feeling the nourishment into the lungs. And so starting with that left hand out to that left side. Big inhale, pulling into the lungs and heart center. Right hand out. Pulling in. Nourishing the lungs and the heart here a little bit. Just bringing that chi into the chest. Go at the pace that feels good for you. Mostly with the awareness in the lungs themselves. If you're in the heart, that's fine too. Just bring in a really pure light into the chest cavity. Do one more on each side. And pausing one more time, breathing into the lung space. Deep breath in. Exhale, palms facing down, coming back to the earth. Gather earth chi, rolling that into the fists. Inhale, coming up. Releasing up and out the crown. Fingers pointed up. Gather heaven chi, rolling into the fists again. Just above the heart, opening, settling downwards. Gather earth and release. Inhale, gather. Gather earth. Releasing out the crown. Gathering from the heavens. Exhale just above the heart, opening the palms. And gathering earth. Exhale, release. Aligning our core. About 2 more. One more. Settle, pause for a moment, returning to standing posture. It's like moving back into yin once again, finding that stillness. So feeling into that center, that core of light that exists within you, we're going to gather, like bringing down the heavens. So we're bringing that in. Exhale, palms facing in. And then when you get to the lower belly, take that breath in. Exhale, pushing out, open all the way out to the edge of your field. Inhale with your hands all the way extended. And exhale, coming back in. So just feeling that expansiveness, like the core of light is moving out to the edge of your field. Inhale up. And palms facing in. This time coming down to the heart center. Inhale, opening the heart. Exhale at the edge of the field. Inhale all the way out to the edge. Exhale, coming back to heart. Feeling that core expanding. Take that breath as we come back down again. And inhale up. Exhale to upper dantian. Palms facing in towards the mind's eye. Inhale, opening mind's eye out to the edge of the field. Exhale, settle. Inhale all the way out. Exhale, coming back into upper dantian. Taking that breath, lowering. We'll do one more series of these. Inhale up. Exhale, coming to lower dantian. Feeling into the core of light within you. Inhale, opening that core out to the edge. Exhale, settle. Inhale all the way out to the edge. And exhale, coming back in. Pause. Moving to the heart center. Inhale up. Exhale to heart. Inhale, opening heart. Exhale at the edge of your field. Inhale, really feel the fullness of your field. And exhale, coming back in. And releasing. One more, inhale up. Exhale to upper dantian, palms facing into the mind's eye. Inhale, open. Exhale, feel the edge of your field. Feel that fullness. Inhale, fullness. Exhale, coming back into mind's eye. Exhale, releasing. Feeling into the earth, coming back to standing posture. Feeling that fullness. Your central channel is open. Your field is full. With that left hand, we're going to scoop, moving into water, gathering water, turning across to that right side. Inhale, lifting that left hand up, and then turning back, pouring gathering with the right hand, pouring with the left. Inhale, switching hands. Exhale, turning back. Just allowing the water to purify. Inhale, switching hands. Exhale, coming across. Gathering and pouring. Allowing the water to cleanse and purify your body, your mind, your heart, your emotions. And just going at the pace of your breath. Really feeling into the water element for a moment here. I'll do one more on each side. Take your time. Allowing your breath to guide the water. And settling back down. Turning the palms to face downwards. And then with that gentle twisting, just like you're dragging your fingers across the surface of water. And kind of visualizing like we're standing on an ocean. And the tips of our fingers are just moving across the top of the water. But there's a depth of water beneath us that we're going to kind of dig into a little bit. It's like the depths of our own wisdom. Wisdom is the virtue of the water element. And to access our internal wisdom, we need to open to the depths of our self. And so coming back to center and just gathering within those depths, leaning forward, just gathering that water, the deep water. And then turning to your kidneys and just blessing your kidneys with that water, placing it into the kidneys and just breathing into that space. Feeling that nourishment of the waters in the kidneys themselves. Feeling love for your kidneys. Deep breath into the kidneys. Exhale again, lowering into the depths of the water. Gather. Lifting that water up and again placing it into the kidneys. And starting to visualize the bottom of your torso as a bowl and you're just filling it with water. Just pouring that water in. Deep breath into the kidneys. Exhale down, gather water. And again, pouring into the kidneys. And breathing into that space. Breathing into the mystery of being. and the mystery of all that we are. Deep breath in. Exhale, gathering water. We're going to move to the liver, gathering that water, pouring it into that right side, into the liver and the gallbladder. And just breathing into that space, finding that water nourishing the liver. Soothing the liver. And bringing that love into the liver space as well. Deep breath into the liver and lowering, gathering water. Inhale, coming up. Liver once again. Loving the liver. Feeling that water filling the torso. Inhale, liver. And exhale, gather. One more for the liver. Exhale, pouring into that liver space. Breathing into liver. So feeling that nourishment within this organ. We're going to move to the heart next. So take that deep breath into the liver. Exhale again, gathering water. Inhale, lifting to heart center, pouring water into the heart. And breathing into the heart, finding that cooling sensation, calming the heart fire. And again, filling the torso with water, all the way up to the heart. Deep breath into heart center. And exhale, lower, gathering water. And pouring into heart. Finding that love for your own heart. Gratitude for the heart center. Gratitude for the fire element within the body. And that balancing between fire and water. Deep breath into the heart. Exhale down. And gather one more for heart. Deep breath into the heart. Exhale, lower. Gather water. Inhale, bringing that up to the crown, and then just pour that into your crown. And palms can even face down to the top of your crown, feeling like you're just filling your torso all the way up to the top of your head as a reservoir holding the sacred waters. And nourishing the whole body, feeling it all the way down to the tips of your toes and all the way up to the top of your crown. Deep breath in. Exhale, sending those hands out to the sides. Nice, gentle, and slow. Calm. Coming to standing posture into that yin state. And just feeling into the waters. Feeling full of water. We're going to do that one more time. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower, gathering water. Inhale, lifting that water up. And once again, pouring into the crown. And just feeling your whole body. full and nourished. Feeling the kidneys alive and well. Feeling the peace and serenity of calm water. Deep breath in. Exhale out to the sides. Forward fold, gathering water. We're going to pour it down the spine. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, turning palms over. Feeling it move down the spine. Lowering the hands, coming back down again. Gathering water. Inhale up. Over the head, pouring down the spine. Lowering the hands. Feeling that move all the way down the spine, dripping off the tailbone. Exhale down, gather one more time. Pouring down the spine. Exhale, lowering the hands. Feeling the nourishment of water, standing posture. Couple breaths in the yin state, stillness. If there's any places of tension in your body, just notice them and allow your breath to soothe them. See if you can relax just a little bit more. So moving into our wood mudra. So bringing one prayer hand above the other. You're feeling the nourishment of the water moving into the wood element, feeding the trees and the plants, feeding the liver and the gallbladder, feeding our movement, feeding our integrity. Inhale, open the hands. Exhale, the opposite hand comes up. Inhale, open. Exhale. And you can go at your pace. Opening to the sides. Exhale, coming back to center. You can move the hands kind of as far as you want. As you exhale, if you really want to go into your core and really move the hands up to the head and down to the bottom of the torso, feel free to do that. Or if you want to keep them close just with a gentle movement, that's totally fine too. And if you remember which side you started with the hand up, when you have the opposite hand up, then just pause again. Just pausing into the mudra once again, the wood element, moving into that sense of being a tree. Feeling your torso as a trunk and your roots moving down the legs and deep into the earth. And sending your branches up and out the crown into the heavens. Feeling expansive. Feeling into the precision of how plants grow. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower. Moving into the healing sound for the wood element. So bringing the hands up to the liver and the gallbladder. We're going to make the sound shu. And as we're doing that, we want to open our eyes and release through our eyes. We're going to cleanse and purify the wood element, releasing through the eyes. So exhale, inhale, shoo. Two more. Shoo. One more. Shoo. And close your eyes, breathe into the liver space. Feel that nourishing wood element, beautiful lush green filling the liver and the gallbladder. Feeling it move into the torso and into the body. Filling yourself with that lush green. Rubbing the hands together a little bit, generate a little bit of heat here. And visualizing a green color coming from the palms, placing the palms on the eyes. And just breathing that into the eyes, that nourishing wood element, healing chi, breathing into the eyes. Sending that love up to the eyes as well, some gratitude. Thank you, eyes, for all that you see, for all the work that you do. Deep breath into the eyes. Exhale, release. Palms facing the earth, just grounding for a moment. Feeling that nourishment in the eyes and the liver, the gallbladder. Bringing the palms up in front of the heart. We're going to have a little short standing holding tree posture. So palms are in front of the heart. You can drop the elbows a little bit if you want, just to give a little relaxation. And if you can relax your shoulders. So kind of relieving that tension from the shoulders and the back a little bit, even while you're holding this posture. Feeling yourself as strong, feeling your roots, feeling your branches, feeling that nourishment of the wood element. A few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, turn your palms to face one another. And as you exhale, just start slowly lowering the palms. Bring that chi from the forearm downwards. And place that into the lower belly. Turning the palms into the lower belly, not touching the body or touching one another. Just floating just a little bit in front of the lower dantian, the lower belly, just below the navel. And then with your breath, pulling that chi into the lower belly. And feeling that nourishment. You can start visualizing a golden sphere of light here in the lower belly, about the size of your fist. And just nourish that ball of light, a ball of chi. 2 more deep breaths into the lower belly. Deep inhale. Exhale, lowering down to the knees, bringing those hands just in front of the knees. Inhale, coming up to belly. Exhale, bringing those hands around behind you, palms facing up. Inhale, coming back around to the front side, lifting to that heart center. Exhale down. Inhale, coming back to lower belly. Exhale around behind you. Inhale, coming forward to heart. Exhale down. Inhale to belly. Exhale to kidney. Inhale to heart. Exhale. Inhale, lifting. Exhale. You can go at your pace for a couple rounds, balancing the earth, the water, and the fire, and harmonizing the lower dantian. We'll do one more. As you exhale, coming back to belly, and then releasing the hands to the sides. Taking a moment to just align. Starting with that left hand, inhale up left side. Exhale down center. Aligning, centering your core. Inhale right side, leaving that left hand to hold the center. Feeling your core aligned. Inhale right. We'll do one more on each side. Settling back to standing posture. And breathing into the belly. And taking a moment to call in the virtues that you want to bring with you through your evening and into your week. Whatever will serve you most. Calling it in at this time. Peace, love, harmony, joy, wisdom, serenity, abundance, connection, friendship, whatever it is that you want to call in, just taking a moment to bring that into your field, into your awareness, into your being. We'll close with 3 breaths, bringing down the heavens, inhaling up to the sides, turning to the heavens, gather, palms facing into the body, blessing the self, nourishing the self, bringing those virtues into the experience of self. And again, blessing your dantians, your chakras, your centers. One more. Blessing yourself, your energetic structure, your physical structure, your emotional structure. Placing the palms on the lower belly, just taking and breathing into that space. If you want to rotate the ankles a little bit, just to get that chi flowing back into the feet. Settling back to what feels like a normal standing posture for you, and a couple breaths into the belly. The right hand as a fist representing the pearl, the open left hand as the sword, bringing them together in the heart center. Just taking that moment to honor our journeys, honor our paths, honor the ways that we show up in this world, honoring our life force, our lives, honoring the mystery of who we are and the mystery of this journey as a being here on this planet, honoring the Tao, bowing deeply into center. Thank you.